Not gonna lie, I had my concerns about Georgia Tech and what they had going on with all of the changes, the coaching changes. But this right here is an elite move for the Yellow Jackets, landing Jaylen Mbwake. Now remember, he was a former 5-star recruit. He was playing DB out of high school, obviously in the state of Alabama before going there. Now remember, he had the position change while at Alabama playing formerly DB. They had so many DBs and cornerbacks that he's transitioned to the wide receiver spot. Now the stats aren't going to look gaudy and all that stuff, but for the fact that Georgia Tech is recruiting this caliber of a player and being able to land him definitely says a lot. Now again, I'm not going to get too excited, too happy, but I do think if you're Georgia Tech and you're trying to build something and you're trying to, redo your team, this is how you do it. Jaylen Mbwake, back in high school, man, he was electric. He was playing quarterback, running back. He was doing a little bit of everything for you. So when you have this caliber of a player, when you have somebody that's different with the ball in his hands, that's a deep threat down the field, it works great. And then when you look at, in totality, all of how Georgia Tech looks, they lost everybody at the wide receiver core. No Bailey Stockton, no Eric Rivers, no Dean Patterson, no Malik Rutherford, no Isaiah Canyon, no Zion Taylor. They've lost practically everybody. So it's tough to rebuild in one season. But if you want to do a lot for yourself and go get a former star talent, this is how you do it. So say what you want about the key era. Obviously, he's been doing some great things, man, leading winning seasons for this program, leading them to new heights and back kind of on that map, back on the national radar. But this move does signal something very good for Georgia Tech. Now, it's going to be interesting to see. On the surface, it looks really good. I give this an A+. But what else can they attract? Second recruit so far for Georgia Tech. They landed a guy coming out of Rutgers at the defensive edge position. I think he had 22 tackles and a sack this year. But now you get at least some juice. And that's what Georgia Tech's going to need. They're going to need some juice in their wide receiving corps. They're going to need some juice at their skill position. So that's what Jaylen Mbwake gives you. He's going to give you some juice. So I expect first year he should be able to be a starter, in my humble opinion. With the young guys in there, whoever else they attract, he should be able to at least play some significant minutes with the Yellow Jackets and what they're obviously trying to do. So, yeah, y'all, we're going to keep it locked. We're going to pay attention to see what else happens for Georgia Tech. But 2 solid recruits so far early on in the transfer portal cycle. We know they got more work to do. We know they got more guys they're going to try to go after. But so far early on, we only, I think, 2 or 3 days in, to have this caliber of a recruit does say a lot. And everybody says, oh, well, Georgia Tech doesn't have money. They don't have this caliber of a package. They can't attract this type of a recruit. You can no longer really say that. They are doing it, and they're doing it at a high level. And now they get one of the best guys come from Alabama, one of the best guys in the nation coming out of high school, man. So massive for them. And what's crazy about this is he was on a visit to Georgia when he obviously broke the news that he was going to commit to Georgia Tech and sign with the Yellow Jackets, man. So great job getting him in state and bringing him to a program that's on the rise. But again, we'll see what happens going forward. We'll see if Georgia Tech can land more guys like this. They're still going to need a quarterback to go along with what they're trying to do. George Godsey is the new obviously offensive coordinator, but they're going to need more guys to bring in to fill out this roster. So it's going to be very intriguing to see what is next for this team, what else they can attract, what else they can bring in moving forward. But y'all know what to do, man. Keep it locked.